Hello and welcome. I'm Fislen, and today I'm just gonna show you my current build for Nightmare. Currently, I'm using a champion build. I'm more focused on burning stacks rather than the flame damage, and I'm using the Field Commander's helmet to increase my rage. So the bigger my rage, the rage bar, the bigger the damage that I have. So if I have a full stack of rage on with this bar, I'm doing like 80 to 90% more damage when I'm at the full rage bar. And not only that, since we have a flaming weapon, when we do a parry, we actually have a good damage on normal attacks, and stacking some final damage is also a great way to abuse the helmet. For the skill, I'm using Groundbreaker. This is just in my secondary detonation, and also just to reset the duration for my burning stack. Next is Blightbane. We're using this as a main damage skill and also spread a lot of burning. Next is Fury of the Verge. And this is also a projectile skill, so the damage of this skill is also high. If you pair this to the Fighting Dirty node, it will do 6 stacks of burning, and it's better than Blightbane in terms of stacking. Also, if you're curious, Groundbreaker is also affected by that node, so it will do 4 stack instead of 1. For the skill, I'm just gonna show you the important part, and we're just gonna max out the Blightbane route, and I'm planning to get this one in the future once I'm level 50. And this one is actually important for getting more damage from the area ability for Blightbane. And this is the one that I'm talking about for getting more stack of burn for the Forge of the Sword and also Groundbreaker. Then Maximum Rage to get more damage from the helmet, critical damage. And this is for Affliction and getting more rage. And more Maximum Rage. And for the future, I'm gonna get this critical damage. And this is one of the important skill for the projectile. Since we have 2 projectile, Blightbane and the Forge skill. And you may get this to get additional shield toss to get more damage from that node. But only if you're wearing a different classification. Since on my build, I'm using 2 heavy helm and armor, and this one is very big damage since it ignore resistance for Blightbane and also Forge of the Sword. And that pretty much it if you're gonna focus on my build. For the gears, I'm using the Spellbound Longsword for stacking fire resistance to get more damage. And Rivaini Thornback, this is just optional because I don't have any more shield that I can get. And I'm using this to get more penetration. And Emborn Shard to get more affliction damage for burning damage. Next is Field's Commander Helm, just for the rage bonuses. And next is the Regalia. This is the heavy armor version of the Firelight armor. And I use this because I have the Fire Belt. Since it doesn't heal so much, I need to have more survivability. But you can use the Wanderer's Long Coat if you want. So it's very optional. I'm just using this to get more survivability. Next is the Warden's Strap. This is actually a useful belt, and it doesn't heal so much, like it only heals 10% of your HP. And the reason why I'm using this is to reset the duration. So whenever you use it, it does some burning stack, so it resets the full stack of burnings. So the duration comes in a bit longer, and you also have a 15% fire damage. And my main healing comes from Bilara and this skill. So I have two healing whenever I needed. Next is the token of true flight. So I'm using this since I'm using two projectile skill, and that is my main ability. And next is Warden Signet, just to add more fire damage, and that's it. Next is Andraste's Will, and this will prolong your burning duration by a lot. And you also have more stack of burning. So this is very much a core item for that build. And for the runes, I'm using Ability Rune and the Scorch Rune for more fire damage. And lastly, I'm using the Ravage for the health damage. For the companion skill, I'm just gonna show you everything, and that's it.
It's the demon and an undead dragon.
Hey! Sorry. Demon! You are not a dragon! Get out of that body! I didn't even know demons could do that!
That's fine.
trouble coming.
There. It's over.
Katadim Hira. It's out of the dragon. Her fight is over.
I've never seen a demon possess something that big.